All right. Next up is Master Mark Lynn from Dallas, Fort Worth area.
Yes.
He's been another student of Grandmaster Remy, Grandmaster Ernesto, Hawk, a whole bunch of other people. So, he's trained with everyone. So, all right, everybody, thank you.
All right, when I started training in Modern Arnis in the mid to late 1990s up until the professor's death, Grandmaster Remy was really teaching a lot on what he called the tappy drills. Now there were two versions. There's a left on right version. There is a right on right version. Grandmaster English was potentially, I heard, his fourth or fifth language, so he demoed a lot. He did not explain things, you know, like we get here now where everybody's going into fine detail. He rather demoed a lot and then said, can we do this? And he would send us off on our own. And so there are many different versions of this, of the left on right series, which is what I'm going to show. I'm just going to concentrate on what I call the basic pattern, and then we'll work a couple of inserts off of that basic pattern. Tomorrow then I'll show you some of the more combative entries or applications found within the drill. But today we were trying to work on flow. Now, there are people that teach us from the flow and they really don't hardly ever add in any kind of footwork or anything like that. What I'm going to show you is what we've, over the time, pulled out of this drill, and I'll try and explain it in a little bit more detail so you can get something out of it. Come on up. This is Paul, one of my students and one of the Bradbury's first students. And so oftentimes you'll see people stand here like this and just kind of knit in the air. And what you're doing is you're actually using this single Sinawali pattern here, okay? So you don't want to just stand there. The pattern's got a lot more meaning than that. So what you're doing is you're starting out here in long range. This is just an engagement here. When I get to here at this bottom one, I am the driver, the left-handed person. I make the choice to enter in at this point, okay? If you wait and you hit here and then try and enter in, it's too late. So the first thing you have to do is get used to entering in. When you hit here, you step into crowd and you feed the inside sweep here. Does everybody understand what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So we're going to be here. I'm going to show you basically the whole drill, the whole little series, and then we'll break up and I'll walk around and Paul can walk around, Jackie and Kevin, and they can help you get it, okay? So from here, I make my choice to come in. As soon as I hit this high forehand, he's hitting a high backhand, I'm going to try and move his puño out of the, or I mean his stick out of the way, and I want to take the butt of my stick, the puño, and rake it across his chin like this. This action draws this hand to defend. If I come in like this, he parries back, this hand's occupied, and so he then, from right here, his mode of attack is right here because I'm in close. Would we agree? The puño's going to be driven down here. So I've now got to get offline. So I step with this foot and step back with this foot. So now the puño's coming here, but I'm offline. I'm going to hit his arm here and immediately then back this to his face, of which he gets his hand up. Then he comes once again over top, and I grab, and he then slaps my hand off, and we go back with the low hit. We agree that we're going to hit with the low hit for all these drills. That way, for safety, one person's not going high and the other person's going low. Okay? So from here, once again, I hit here, I make the decision, I'm coming in. He parries that out of the way and I move and I get to here. He then brings this over and I catch him and draw this off, and then we're back. Now, last thing, that when we come in, go ahead. He parries, I go here, I get to here. He's bringing this over the top. I don't let him parry this all the way down. I fight for it up here, because as he's coming in, then I get it. My attack is to his leg. His attack is to mine. So from right here, he's gonna step out where you hit low. And we're right back to here. Now this pattern, just like patterns that Master Ken showed earlier, here has a driver role and a passenger role, or a student and a teacher role. The left-handed person is the driver. My goal is to learn how to set him up. Okay, and that's the goal of this pattern. So that's what I'm going to be doing. As we move along and we do different inserts, you'll see what I mean by this. But this is the base drill. You know, the last time I was up here, Grandmaster Shelley was teaching Jackie, Kevin, and I the freestyle pattern. And Grandmaster Shelley talked about having a baseline from which to start from. That's what I'm using this pattern for right here. This is your baseline. This is where you go back to. Does everybody understand what I mean?
Sir.
Does anybody have a real quick question about it? No? All right. So, last point. I highly recommend one person be the driver, one person be the passenger or the student role, and get together with that partner for this whole series and only do those roles. If you don't know this pattern, you will get confused switching back and forth. Have one person do the one role, have the other person do the other role, and then you can video this, you can ask me, I'll help you, whatever, when we're on a break or whatever, and I'll correct it. And that way you have something to take back with you if you so desire. All right, with that, okay, thank you very much. It comes up on this, come on over here, is here about range. Now, as we come in here and I close the gap and I'm getting in, some people step back here and go back out into almost long range. That's perfectly fine. That's what you're trying, I mean, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. If you feed back with that and step back in to feed the overhead here, the overhead puño, I still can get off. Okay? So that's just another way of doing it that some people have built into them. Hey, I'm disengaging out of here. Great. Proper defense. Okay? Now, also, the question was coming up that if he comes here and he passes, and I go here and I go, what about this? He can hit me. That's true. He can hit me here. There are holes in every drill. Okay? I too could stab him here. But we're not. That's not how we're learning the drill. But it's there. Okay? So, we're here like this. The goal of this pattern is to learn how to counter what ifs. Now, that's my opinion. Okay? It's to counter what ifs. Oftentimes this is referred to as I'm capturing his stick and then I'm baiting him and then he takes the bait and I counter that. I don't really believe it from the standpoint of baiting. I look at it, it's an interrupt. I am attacking him in some manner, and he interrupts my attack. He counters that, and then I've got to know how to counter that. Okay? That's part of the training, and so that's how you do the pattern. Now, I will tell you this also. If you find you're just going ballistic with this and you can't really stay within the pattern, you're all over the place, slow down. Go slow. But I encourage you to use the footwork to get offline and everything, as opposed to standing here like this, like I see so many times. And like, we oftentimes take camps. I still see that now and things like that, and I disagree with this. Okay, so now what we're going to do is the first insert. This occurs off of his first attack here. Do you see what I'm saying? As he's coming down with this, I am snatching it here and immediately feed him this technique here. Okay? And from here, for safety's sake, I'm going to shove this up underneath his shoulder. Abanico to his head. Okay? And from here, he's going to pull my hand down. I step back, he steps back. So this is the Abanico insert. I'm here. As he feeds in, I come here. I turn this and put this up here. This way, if my partner's not on his game or he's a new person or whatever, I'm Abanicoing. I'm hitting his stick, not his head. So we're here. He then puts his hand this way, and he's now pulling me down, and I'm going here. Now there's another insert we'll get to, but get this one down first. So it's here, here, here. Oh, I messed that up. I went here. Ready? Yes, sir. Then we're back up. Can we do that? Yes, sir. Any questions? No? Good. Go for it. Okay, so now we're going to do something that's very similar to the one we just did, the Abanico, but now this is going to be a high backhand. So, I'm going to be here with Paul. I'm going to come in. Paul does this. I grab it. I feed the puño. Like here. And what he's going to do is, I'm going to bring this over here, but he grabs. No, grab. I'm sorry. I go here. Let me go. Right here. So we can see right grab. So I'm going to go here. See how I got his hand? The window to get away was right here. So I got this up here. I slap this down, and there's the backhand puño. Once again, I let go. He brings it up, and we're back out. So this is almost exactly like the other one, only there I was doing an Abanico. Here, I pull the hand to my live hand shoulder, slap down, and feed the backhand. And again, he will have this. I go here, and then, excuse me, right here. And he takes it out, and we're here. Does everybody understand what I mean?
Yes, sir.
My throat went dry. Okay, does anybody have any questions? I have less than 10 minutes, so this will be the final one. But the goal here is, let's say that we're here. I can go here. I can feed this over, go to here, he takes it out. We're back to here. Enter in. Slide off. Here. That's it. Coming over top. Come here. And then you just move through. You move through these. Does everybody see what I mean? I'm sorry. You just go back and forth through these drills. Now tomorrow, we'll work on actually traps and things to do from here. You see what I mean? Depending upon how I feed things, or what you add into the drill and you play with. This is just to give you an idea about what we'll try and cover tomorrow. but it will help if everybody's kind of at least familiar with the pattern, okay? So everybody, no questions, quickly. Okay, if I can, I just want to stress this one thing, because I'm seeing a lot of people, when they block open-handed like this. So if I come into Paul and I capture here and I go here, okay, don't grab. And he parries like this. Now oftentimes empty hand players will play like that. Well, if I'm in this close, there's nothing to prevent me from carrying on. You see what I'm saying? And this part of where the thing that capture comes in, that idea is that this is seen as a bait, and if you don't grab correctly, then I continue on till finally I feed again, then he grabs. Oh, then I can set up the lock. You see what I mean? We just then get out of the lock and we continue on with the drill. But I can disarm, I can do anything. If they, like, I know some scouts call it like monkey paw or something of this nature. Now when I come in with feeding the puño and I get to here, I slap, I'm doing a monkey paw. I am not engaging my thumb. There's no need to, because this works on speed. But see, if we get into positions like this and he monkey paws, again, he's done nothing to control my stick hand. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And so that's another way of training, that as you go through this, you feel your partner's response, how they grab you, and respond accordingly. Okay? And that was another way of doing this. And such. So, thank you. I'll give my partner here a round of applause. Way to go, Paul. Thank you.